How about we just start this over?
Let's go.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 13 of the official League of Kyle's Rivals Not Stupid podcast. Yeah. I'm your host, as always, Mike. I'm joined, as always, by Alex.
I'm coming in with the hot segment pretty soon. Get ready.
Joined by Lucha.
I'm coming in with the otter segment. I didn't even tell you about it before.
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, all right, dude. As soon as I'm done with mine, I'll let you go.
Mm-hmm.
And our guest this week, again, for the second straight episode, again, million names. Denny Cashman, Denny Kuiper Jr., whatever. It's Dennis.
Ira from Staten Island.
I'm coming in with the hotter sandwiches. So.
Oh, thank God! I didn't eat dinner. I'm so hungry.
That's all I got. My segments are lukewarm at best.
That's the best way to eat a sandwich.
Lukewarm?
Yeah, you want.
That was my roommate in college. Lukewarm. He was a good guy. Anyway.
So yeah, we're still, I think, struggling for content, but
not really.
Hit us with that hot segment.
We got a good. I was gonna let Mike kind of describe the episode a little bit.
I mean, we got some trades. We have some. I mean, training camp starting. That's interesting.
Yeah, Seahawks cornerback already got cut for breaking the COVID rules.
Oh my God! Yeah.
The Vincent Adult Man meme of that was fucking hysterical. Hello, other football players. Oh God. That's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, oh, let me do my stupid usual Snapchat sticker, Photoshop, non-Photoshop bullshit, and make this in 5 seconds.
Non-copyright infringing memes
or whatever. Yeah, come after me. Wouldn't be the first time. Come at me.
No, it would not.
All right. I'll come in with the hot segment. I'm gonna start this up. All right,
I'm so fucking excited.
It's not a segment at all. Like I was saying before the show, it's just a bunch of shit that I gotta lay out onto this podcast, get out into the airwaves. Podcast counts as airwaves.
Yeah.
Don't know. First thing, I had some comments by some league members about, I don't know, maybe hour and a half ago, saying, Lucho, you are the perfect podcast host. So apparently you're made for podcasting and you make the podcast. That's what I heard from a couple members of our league.
It's a good thing I do this for a living.
That flags out in the middle of that.
Oh, fuck. Fucking Optimum, dude. Oh my God. It's been the whole pandemic.
You got to get Fios, man.
Yeah,
I can't. I've tried. They won't install it in this building. You have no idea. This is the first time since Fios came out that I don't have Fios.
As soon as that came out of my mouth, I was just saying, wait a minute, you used to have Fios. I don't know why.
I can't. Oh.
Yeah. At least it's not Comcast, because Comcast.
They owe me some Overwatch rank points.
All right. Second thing that I'm supposed to come out here, I had a request by one of the league members too to also say that Nick Payne, the worst GM of all time, and I can't believe how terrible he is at everything that has to do with fantasy football, dynasty especially. Guy doesn't trade. Guy says he's going to win without doing any moves, saying he's going to build from the ground up. I don't know what that even means when he says he's not making any moves, but
build from the ground up as opposed to the other way of building, the top down.
Yeah, you just start with the roof and
yeah. Like how the aliens built the pyramids.
Yeah.
Also, I did thank you to the league mates that said that about me.
And last thing too, I if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago in the group me, Skylar brought up something about how he sent Joey an offer for Kenny Galladay. Joey would like to mention that he never received any offers for Kenny Galladay. So either something's going on here or Skylar's a fucking liar. So Skylar, I know you're going to listen to this podcast, and I know you're listening right now. So you might want to resend that Kenny Galladay. Maybe let Joey know, send him a DM or something of what it is, because something happened there. And
Skylar, what a strange thing to happen.
Bruh.
Oh no.
I can just picture Joey. I never got an offer. Oh man.
Yeah. So there's that, and that's it. That's it for my segment.
That was a hot.
That was a hot segment.
I don't know.
I think that's my favorite segment I've ever heard because
all right. So now that I'm done,
me.
Now that I'm done, Lucho, you said you had a hotter segment.
Yeah, here's my hot segment, and I just realized you guys couldn't hear it before. Wait, hang on. I just got a pop-up on Zoom that said, this meeting has been upgraded by the host and now has unlimited minutes.
Whoa, who's the host?
What? Wait, Mike is the host this time.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I didn't get that message, so I'm not.
I just switched over. I just switched over from Boost Mobile, so now I rolled my minutes over.
See, we're good. Unlimited nights and weekends.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't
200
know
texts. God, remember when we couldn't use unlimited texts?
I had a cell phone that I wasn't allowed to text on. I can't literally imagine.
That was my first phone. I wasn't allowed to text on it.
It was just a phone.
So my first phone I ever had was the Motorola StarTAC flip phone with the antenna green screen. It's a pretty popular phone, right? The problem with that was sending texts. It wasn't created when texts were a thing. So it could send text. I guess they had a software update at some point, big software update. And the problem was you would send a text. So say I sent a text to Dennis. I'd say, yo, Dennis responds, says something. The text doesn't get saved on the phone. So every single time you can't go into the contacts and say you want to text this person. Every single time you had to type in the phone number of the person you want to text. And then you send the text. And it just goes a single message one at a time.
That's wonderful.
So I memorized a lot of people's phone numbers back then. So
did you have Snake though?
Snake on? No, I did not have Snake on that phone. I had Tetris though.
Was that not? I think that was a Nextel exclusive. Snake.
Yes, it was. That's a fact.
And Nextel phones. I always wish I had one of those, like the walkie-talkie ones.
Yeah, I don't think. Looking back, I'm glad I never did. I couldn't imagine just being in a. Yeah. Like.
It was the most obnoxious fucking noise to hear walking around the mall.
In 2004.
All I remember is also
2004. Try way before that.
It was still a thing. That was the tail end.
I remember with Verizon, there was some sketchy shit going on at the Olive Garden because there was never any service around the Olive Garden.
Well, it's those goddamn.
Are you talking about the Olive Garden in Poughkeepsie? I'm assuming.
Listen, you might offend Lucho here if you're talking about the Olive Garden. Oh no! I just saw it.
This is his eternal reaction to the Olive Garden.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's like the new main.
I gotta take a picture of this before it goes back to normal because it's really funny.
Pain, like that's just that right there.
Oh, he's got shit.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Here, I gotta send you what you look like.
Well, the best part was that I was still connected and I saw all you guys froze, but you were all still laughing and talking about my facial.
Yeah. I just sent it in the group me.
All right, let's check it out.
That's what you froze
so
on.
Funny.
And it was as I said, Olive.
Yeah, that's why. That's what made it perfect. It was like right as you said Olive Garden, and Sape was like. My segment is, and I realized you guys couldn't hear this before. No, that was my segment, was the fact that an NSA agent is watching our Zoom call. No, is that I found an instant rim shot button on the internet. So I'm just going to keep pressing it after like every minor joke. You guys can't hear it, but wow, that's loud. I just deafened myself.
Does that get picked up by the recording?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's all that counts.
Well, so Lucho now has the soundboard. Hey, can you also have the room soundboard and get some of that stuff on?
Can I find the room soundboard?
This is now becoming like a millennial YouTube channel.
Does
jump cuts and everything.
Try a fucking 1985 drive time radio show.
Oh, did someone say jump cuts? Can you please switch to speaker mode? Do those soundboards that used to be on the E-Bombs World still exist? It was just quotes from whatever bullshit like movie.
They must.
Well, that's what the room sound. I know the room soundboard.
Right, but there was one for everything.
They definitely exist. I mean, how much they're being used at this point?
It's got to be next to nothing, but
I have no idea.
Never forget.
No. You must be kidding, aren't you?
I just, Lucho, you're gonna have to add in some of the ha 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 1, 2, and 3 when there's jokes, because you guys were all talking, started laughing. I clicked ha 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 2, and it blended in so perfectly that it sounded like he was here.
It does. Oh no. Yep, this is staying up.
Fair enough.
Oh, hi, Danny.
Oh, hi, Mom.
You're gonna give me a reason to really click on this and watch it now. If nothing else.
Tommy Wiseau, special guest.
All right.
Oh man.
Is this segment over?
Oh, segment's over, bro.
Okay, gotcha. Dennis, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming on the podcast with us. It's been a great time. I think that's all we need you for. We'll see you later.
All right, see ya.
I mean, should we just get into the last 2 weeks? I want to start with, we left you on a cliffhanger, thinking we'd have big time opt-outs, and we didn't.
No. Why would we have opt-outs?
Yeah.
It's not like they were just saying that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
There's dozens of us.
Yeah.
I am surprised
saying,
though.
"Oh, I can't wait for the biggest bombshell fantasy opt-out."
Didn't happen. Damian Williams,
who
but
was
that's not even
yeah, I was going to say, who is the biggest one?
That arguably was.
Like Devin Funchess was like the other deep, like
it was Damian Williams, Devin Funchess, I guess.
I can't imagine Devin Funchess not playing football and how big he's going to be when he gets back.
It was nothing really about the players themselves. It was just like what it did to other players on the roster. So
yeah,
I feel like if someone like Russell Wilson didn't opt out, someone that just had like his wife just gave birth, then
or like Mark Andrews not opting out,
right?
Diabetes,
or anyone, right? Like anyone like high risk and stuff like didn't. Yeah. So it's like it is what it is.
I mean,
so
it was
it
was a big run on like the backup quarterback situation there, thinking like, oh, like I won. Because didn't Stafford go on the list or something like that too?
But for a day, because it was a false positive.
But the list is like, I don't know. I don't want to like downplay it, because I understand the whole like between HIPAA and just you don't want like your name out there, but your name is still out there if you're on the COVID list. It's kind of like,
don't plan too much.
Well,
it may
this
not
is
come
the
out right.
bad part about it is like, so we saw false positives. We saw just guys that I guess were around other people. This is going to happen like the day of a game at noon. All of a sudden, someone's going to be thrown on this list.
And it's like watching, like I watched the first episode of Hard Knocks, if for nothing else, to see like okay, how are they going to do training camp? How are these teams going to even prepare for the season? And it's like, well, there's already no preseason games, so the most you're going to get is, and they're even saying like, all right, we'll do light walkthroughs. Maybe we'll do a little full contact through training camp. I don't even know what these first few games are going to look like.
It makes you worried that guys are going to get hurt come week 1.
Yeah, right.
Probably.
And like and it's like Hard Knocks now they don't have their usual, all right, let's follow the underdog player into the preseason game and then watch them get cut. It's kind of just like everyone that gets cut is like literally like more so the Chargers, like Anthony Lynn's like, yeah, someone's going to get hurt and we're going to be a lot of transactions. So our system, you'll be brought back. It's kind of like that. Like that's how guys are going to get cut through training camp. And in terms of fantasy, like we've talked about it a million times, but now it's like we're going to get into the territory of you've got to construct your roster. You have to follow. This isn't a season where, Nick, you can just rely on who's on your roster. Like you have to follow.
He finished in 4th place in my projected standings.
Oh,
you fucking idiot.
Season's over, dude. Tom won. Sorry.
No shit. Why are we playing? It's a shame he's not in the group me to see it right now. He'll be back. But I don't know, man. It's just weird, I guess. But yeah, no opt-outs is the whole point of that.
I am surprised though. I thought we would see.
I thought there would be like somebody.
Not like rookies or whatever. No. But like just guys who have made their money. Like I know JJ Watt was like super vocal about it. I mean, he's obviously not like fantasy relevant, but like
No,
I know Russell Wilson was too. And
that was I thought he was going to opt out, and then like I was like, oh, Tom took Anthony Gordon in the rookie draft. I was like, I was like, Russell Wilson opts out. That might be. Oh wait, sorry, we said Geno Smith, but
Geno Smith, come on. Yeah. I guess when you get up to like how much money is he making this year? $53 million is the yearly cash he's getting.
That's a lot of money.
So,
a lot of money.
It's a little tough.
It's a lot to walk away from.
I mean, he still gets it. He'll get it next year.
What kind of money?
You're losing a year of bargaining power, and like.
Right.
That baby needs some new shoes, man. Like,
I mean,
those are some
expensive
shoes.
You got to think if
it's
he cut
like,
a year off his career, he would have lost like $15-20 million at the very end.
It's easy for us to sit here and say, "Oh, what's the big deal? You've made a lot of money." Especially if you're married to Sierra. It's not like she doesn't make any money.
I mean, probably not anymore, but
this beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. You telling me
she only has a net worth of about $20 million, dude. Come on,
does she really?
Russell Wilson's gonna get that in a year.
That's awesome, man. All the royalties from Spotify, all from me. I just keep downloading that song all the time.
What is it? What do you need? What do you need? Like how many million plays to like even like make a profit? Like on Spotify?
Yeah.
I tried to look up.
It's ridiculous.
I tried to look up her salary, and it just came up with Sierra Bank salaries on Glassdoor. So in case anyone's wondering.
Nice.
But so I mean we had no opt-outs. So I think in terms of just guys not playing the season, we don't have any issues. Like I said, I mean with someone like Damian Williams, it is what it is. You had CEH that he was I think eventually gonna eat into the snaps. Now that if nothing else, that makes him extremely fantasy relevant, at least even for redraft.
So he's not relevant because he's not on Dennis's team. If you're a Chief and you're not on Dennis's team, you're not relevant.
Yeah, sorry, Pat Mahomes. You fucking suck.
Oh no. I just want to throw another touchdown.
Oh yeah, the cunt fucking scores.
What a stupid.
Rodgers.
This is that was so funny. I'm sorry. Dude, you're like so ahead of me. That's insane. Like I'm watching it on the app. I was like, what is he talking about? He didn't score. That is a great picture. Is technically now Aaron Rodgers in blackface? I feel like he is. Technically.
Can we talk about Olivia Munn going on some podcast and saying that he's bad at the sex?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This podcast has come completely off the rails already. This is insane.
Yes, it has.
We had some trades.
There we go. That'll get cut out. That whole segment is going to get cut.
Nothing gets cut.
No, it's not true. Don't even ask.
It's not true.
Oh. What do we have? So I made a trade with Skylar. I got Derrick Henry. Oh no, I'm missing out. I don't know where the emojis are. This is stupid. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's only two.
There's only two.
I thought there'd be at least like double digits.
What? This is the free version of Zoom.
No, sorry, I'm not paying for this, guys.
But my host upgraded me to unlimited minutes.
I didn't do shit.
By switching to Cricket Wireless.
With those nasty mucus-looking balls that are their mascots.
Use our cell phone. Also sponsor us.
No. I don't even want it.
Not a sponsor.
Interesting story. When I moved to San Francisco.
So Skylar made two trades. Yep. So his first one, he trades Derrick Henry to me, and in return he gets a 2022 first, Raheem Mostert, and Larry Fitzgerald. So my original plan was, all right, well, if I can acquire Derrick Henry, I can just flip a running back, but that extra flex spot coming makes me rethink all that. So
also when Aaron Jones doesn't get re-signed, and
that's also true. Well, at least that's why I drafted AJ Dillon. But for now, hopefully I can go into next year with that extra flex
big
spot.
Big fan of the big bruising backs and that don't catch passes in a PPR league.
Hey, they score points, whatever it takes.
It's true.
AJ Dillon hasn't scored any points yet, so.
Yeah. What?
Name's AJ too. So.
What do I think about that trade? Is that what you're asking? Well, I have some good news at least. I saved 15% by switching my car insurance to Geico. So that's my good news. My bad news is this is a terrible trade for Skylar. Okay, let me take that back.
Yes.
This is a subpar trade for Skylar.
It's an okay trade.
No.
Because he's got something.
No.
But we'll talk about another trade of a different running back that went for a first-round pick, kind of, and I would say Derrick Henry's a lot better than this running back, and Raheem Mostert and Larry Fitzgerald on top does not really move the needle very much, especially when a beat reporter comes out and says don't expect Mostert to be the clear-cut starter, which we all expect.
With Kyle Shanahan,
Yeah.
Plus, Mostert's 28, 29 years old, something like that. So older than Derrick Henry. I get the idea.
In his defense, when he doesn't have as much wear and tear on his body as most 28-year-old running backs, you have to give him that.
Yeah, neither does David Johnson because he missed 3 years of injury.
And then he was just on the bench last year.
Yeah, but also it's not like hasn't accumulated from college and things like that. Yeah, sure, I guess, but. At this point now, how many running backs are really every down running backs? I don't.
Who was
I don't know. I guess.
Who was the starter for the Giants that used to be a Jag a couple of years ago? He was 28 during that time.
Jennings.
Yeah, Rashard.
I almost said Maurice Jones-Drew. Nope, not
that. Fred Taylor. No, that's not it either.
So, by the way, where did Raheem Mostert go to college?
Purdue.
Yeah, nice. There you go. I asked you for a reason,
because I knew.
Yeah,
really planted that fact.
We miss you.
R.I.P.
We're gonna miss
Justin Forsett, Rashard Jennings.
Maybe Justin Fields will transfer back now.
Yeah,
3 older running backs.
Don't want him anyway. Jamie Newman, JT Daniels.
I don't know, man. I feel like Derrick Henry's value was never higher, and yeah, he got something back. Obviously, Skylar did, but I just thought there was more to be had, especially with
in my
how much how deprived of running backs most teams are. I think we all can agree we would love to add another running back. I think
besides Bruce right now, but
right, yes, that's right. But Bruce said
three of us. Tom just traded for a running back. There's a couple other teams I know. Phil's a little uneasy about his.
I was gonna say Phil's unsure about it, but he would be one of 3 teams other than
Bruce
nothing,
and Nick. I think Phil's unsure.
That's because
I feel like Phil's. Yeah. I think Phil's only unsure because Sean McVay came out and said, "Oh, I like how Kyle Shanahan uses his running backs for fantasy. That's not what you want."
Right. Even me, with Melvin Gordon, Taylor, and Chubb, it's still now that Kareem Hunt's there, and Gordon's in a worse situation for sharing, and then. We don't really know what Taylor is. He could be the next Trent Richardson if he wants to be. You don't know.
Yes, if he wants to be.
Anybody can be if they want to be, I guess. But I don't know. And I don't know. I feel like he was in such a power position, and he even could have with his roster really sat on both of them and just drove up the value. Obviously you're risking an injury or something like that, but. To me, that even trading Henry was at that time, you got the first back, of course, but all the other stuff.
It's also
garbage.
a 2022 first.
Right, exactly. All the other stuff
and
is
it's also Mike's.
that you got back. Mostert is garbage, and Fitzgerald is a dumpster. And I think I would have held on to him and then moved him in the season, when his value, especially if he played well, you could have got the moon and the stars.
Yeah, I personally think Henry's worth. Probably about 2 mid first round picks.
Especially coming off last season.
So
absolutely.
the fact you got one, most likely, I know 2022 is hard to project out to, but most likely lower. At best, he got a mid. Your team's not going to collapse and all of a sudden be a bottom 4 team in the league or something.
Skylar's finally he's going the right direction in just like saying, okay, like I'm gonna blow this thing up. Yeah, but like I think that there was still more value to be had, especially like if you want, like, didn't you say he wanted a wide receiver or something like that, and he got Fitzgerald? Like I don't know. It just feels like the firsts are good, but like I don't know. I feel like Henry could have fetched a lot more. I guess I all agree with that. I think we all agree with that.
I don't think there's much more to say.
I'm gonna be contrarian.
Well, there is more to say, Alex, actually.
Okay, perfect. Boom. Podcast host.
Second segment. Contrarian hour. I also agree that I think this was subpar, but
I also agree that he should have got more
contrarian. I agree with you. I think Skylar did fine.
With this trade?
Yes, with this trade.
Not with the other one?
What other one?
What other one?
You know, the one we're going to talk about?
Oh, the one that made my eye bleed? Yeah.
What trade was that, Lucho?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you enlighten us, Denny Kuiper Jr.?
I don't have it in front of me, but
it's actually not Denny Kuiper in this. It's Denny Cashman.
Oh, right. Yeah.
This is Denny Cashman now.
No, he's just Dennis Malice in this one.
Well, no, Dennis Malice is talking about, but Denny Cashman's the one that has the info.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Where is it? Transactions. Oops.
God, I love it. I'm gonna just keep on clicking like in little lines and be like little Easter eggs.
I can't wait. I gotta watch this one now.
Now I have it. Denny Cashman trades Tom Brady, Darius Slayton, year 2021 round 2 draft pick from Denny Cashman, and year 2022 round 1 draft pick from Denny Cashman to phrasing, boom, for Kyler Murray, a year 2021 round 4 draft pick from phrasing, boom.
You make me sick.
Yep. That's what I got.
So my first reaction, it's not okay. The trade, like whatever the comments on the trade aside, if you're rebuilding and you have Skylar's roster, and you would argue, well, I mean, it's not really an argument. His 2 best players are Kyler Murray and Saquon Barkley. In a Superflex league, I'm trading Saquon Barkley before Kyler Murray. I think that's my bigger thing with this trade, because as we've seen in just a year, quarterback's value is crazy high. So I don't think he got enough for Murray, but I think Saquon Barkley was the better trade chip because there's just naturally a less shelf life, a shorter shelf life for running backs over someone that even in 1 year looked like, especially for as long as Cliff Kingsbury coaches the Cardinals, Kyler Murray's the guy, and he looks good. He's already like projected to be top 5 dynasty quarterback, and he was fine his rookie year. He's only getting better. And Superflex it's easier to replace Saquon Barkley than Kyler.
Superflex July ADP, Kyler Murray is number 10
overall
in Superflex.
He's number 10. He's number 3 dynasty right now.
Yeah.
Number 10 pick, not number 10 quarterback.
According to this ADP, he's 5th, but it's literally back to back of Dak, Deshaun, and then Kyler.
Yeah. If you're in that category, it's not like a bad thing.
Right. Yeah, so like if we did our startup this year, Kyler Murray's like a top whatever.
Well, especially because DeAndre Hopkins is there now too. Yep. Like that's like a huge thing.
Second year with Kingsbury.
I mean, I threw it out there. I didn't honestly think I'd get anywhere, but he seemed open to it, and he wanted to make the deal. Like, you know, that was the original offer. Like we did. Yeah. I don't think that was the original offer. I don't know if I added anything. I don't think. Maybe I put in Slayton instead of somebody else, but I honestly can't remember. But yeah, that was like pretty much the original offer. I mean,
I remember maybe 8 months ago when I offered 2 first-round picks and Drew Lock for Kyler Murray and got declined. Ooh. Instant declined.
Ooh. That's a trade.
Yeah.
To be fair, rightfully so at the time. Maybe, hey, fuck it, I don't want to trade Kyler Murray. But now, probably worth more now.
Man,
clearly. I mean, if we go back to this ADP I'm looking at, we can go back to when would that have been? November? When was our trade deadline? Does anyone know?
Something like that.
Wasn't in the league.
November, don't know. Second week, I believe.
What? You mean you weren't Deej?
So yeah, he was.
Couldn't tell you.
I'm gonna have to search for him. I can't find his name. Oh, he was number 19. He actually was pretty high by then.
Yeah.
But still.
I don't know.
And Drew Lock was pretty low back then because I was
at least getting Drew Lock. It's at least you get like.
Well, that was before Drew Lock came.
Yeah.
He started.
No, right. I don't want to say lottery
ticket.
I think Lock isn't like Lock looked pretty good, but yeah, to get. I don't know. It's just.
I guess Mike, you look like you're trying to psychically contact someone.
I don't know. I guess at that time, I don't know. Maybe that trade doesn't make sense to him. Like, it is.
Well, he was the number 1 seed.
He was number 1. Yeah, there's no reason.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense too. Plus, if you don't know what Drew Lock is, like, I guess like that makes sense.
It was more the 2 first-round picks was the.
Yeah, I get it for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For me, like, I really thought he was going to hang on to him and then just kind of hammer the rebuild too. Because I think the first I sent him wasn't even next year. It's the year after.
If he was a better negotiator, same thing with some other people in our league, he would have came to me knowing of the amount of times I tried to get Kyler Murray from in season 1 and be like, hey, I have a deal for Kyler Murray right now. What can you do?
Well, again,
and I wouldn't have been able to do anything, and I would have said no. But still, like, you didn't.
And again, and the same for me getting Henry. I knew it wasn't so much, and I texted Tom like right after. I'm like, hey man, didn't mean to snipe Henry, but because I had no intention. It was kind of like, let me throw an offer out there and see what happens.
Right. And he did come to me.
It is what it is. But it's one of those. I mean, listen, I don't know what offers were. I don't get Skyler's emails or trade offers or anything like that. But supposedly,
I do.
Supposedly Tom offered 2 firsts. I don't know. Again, that was the rumor going around. Look, I don't know. I don't know what the offer was, but I'm just saying. I know Tom was going hard after Derrick Henry, and like for me, I had to text Tom going, "Hey man, sorry about this. Just kind of happened."
Don't be sorry, man. It's all business.
Oh, yeah.
Says the guy who's gonna kill all of Tom's players.
Oh yeah.
That has nothing to do with anything. Okay, that's personal. And that's just a power rankings thing. It has nothing to do with trading.
That is going to get away without. I'm just going to have them all opt out now.
I'll just go cough on them.
Officer, you don't understand. Here's why they were murdered.
He said my team was going to have a tough schedule, and you don't understand. Yeah, I play fantasy myself.
By the way, sir, could you subscribe to this podcast as well?
Oh man, but yeah,
sir, put your hands behind your back. You're a murderer.
Did that Murray trade move my dynasty ranking at all, or no?
No doubt, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind it did.
Your dynasty ranking it did.
Yeah, the 2020
draft ranking.
You're looking at Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones as your quarterback. Yeah, that's moving the needle when you essentially replace Tom Brady with Kyler Murray.
So Dennis, your team is actually it likes all your positions besides wide receiver.
Yeah.
But your score is still not that high because you don't have these ultra
money guys. Yeah.
Top end. I mean, you got Kelsey. That's the big part. And tight end is your number 1 on here.
And Tyreek Hill too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you don't have this one.
No, for sure. I know exactly. I totally agree with that. That's
why the score.
Tyreek Hill should count as that.
Well, Tyreek Hill is the number 2 wide receiver 1 in the league. Yeah, I get that, but the score is low.
Hey, you wanna talk about Chiefs? Travis Kelce new contract.
Justin Jefferson being they say Justin Jefferson's your wide receiver 2. The fact that they call him their wide receiver 2, like based on expert conscience,
old ass T.Y.
consensus
Hilton.
conscious, Jesus. Consensus ranking. They don't like that at all, and they don't even like T.Y. Hilton as wide receiver 3. So that's what's bringing that score down.
I mean, that's totally fair. I mean, in changing gears, I tried to go get another wide receiver, but just the value wasn't there because I wasn't willing to add on to Jordan Love. So instead, I got a fourth round back in the future, a second next year, and then I got Mecole Hardman. Yeah, and I don't know. That's a lottery ticket. I don't think that's going to pay off this year. I think I've got to wait till Sammy Watkins retires. or not retired.
I think. Well, Sammy Watkins, I think, has 1 year left. So next year,
he restructured, and then
but it's still 1 year. I think the problem that teams are going to run into is I know with the Jordan Love trade, which we'll get into, but I know you came to me with Jordan Love, and for me, if my team sucked, I would have been more willing to give one of my upper wide receivers. But
for sure,
I have to. For me, I have to look at these trades going, okay, if Jordan the value you traded Jordan Love, let's say you traded Jordan Love to Anthony for Mecole Hardman. Was it a second this year?
I believe so, yeah.
And then a fourth. I don't know. Was it either way? So that's what you got for Jordan Love. The value for Jordan Love
differs per team. Yeah.
Right. But I just mean the value for Jordan Love today is essential. I'm going to say undervalued. If Jordan Love hits anything of what his potential is.
Yeah.
If nothing else for Anthony, if Jordan Love gets on the field in 2 years and kills it, then he's got this. Oh, holy shit! I paid nothing for a good quarterback.
Right.
For me to trade away, who you were looking for from my team, I'm like, that's going to hurt my team this year.
Right.
Sure, I might nail it with Jordan Love in 2 seasons, but for this year, when I'm trying to win, it doesn't do anything. So for me, in my mind, I'm like, fuck, Jordan Love. It would be nice to have these quarterback options in 2 years because I know what my team's going to look like.
I floated it out there. I floated it out there to both of you guys because I know you guys are in win now modes, but your quarterback room could be better, and it's not like you need him to be good now. And obviously, sometimes the value is just not there. We couldn't come to terms, either one of us.
Right. It was one of those where I just, and again, it comes back to I'm not confident in my receiver depth to deal someone away where I'm like, fuck. If they're good and now I'm missing a receiver, I'm screwed for this year, which I can't do. Because
again, it makes sense for a team like Anthony too, because he doesn't have to be good right away. I genuinely think that's because now he has Deshaun, and then in 2 years, if Watson's still killing it, and then Love comes out and like you said reaches potential, that's a home run right there because you gave up.
That's what I mean. If you paid a receiver a lottery ticket receiver a second and a fourth for a potential. Even just a super flex quarterback, even just a top 15 to 20 quarterback, that's still an awesome value.
And I mean, even for me, the only reason I traded him or even thought about moving him is because I got Murray and then I have Jones. So it's
exactly.
I already know what I have for the most part. I mean, Jones, I think Jones is fine. I think.
And if you want to take the names out of it, you trade a second round pick for Mecole Hardman, a second round pick, and a fourth round. That's pretty good value just based on the pick.
Oh, for sure.
If you take the name and position out of it.
Can I ask you guys, because I'm not super sold on Mecole Hardman. Do you guys like him? I feel like he's a very kind of.
I think he's fast, and I think his ceiling is a great special teams guy, and maybe wide receiver 3 ultimately. I don't know if he I think your better value was the second you got from Anthony. Honestly, Hardman's it's a lottery ticket. I don't know what his ceiling
for sure.
It depends on what Andy Reid feels
he
like.
He does the same thing that Hill does, where he's that kind of super athletic freak. And I think his numbers compared to when Hill's on the field and when Hill's off the field are insane. I think his production's way higher. And I said, I think they're willing to give him a shot when Watkins eventually isn't there anymore if he doesn't come back, whatever. But
and again, and also listen, this year though, again, the COVID season we're going to be in, you never know.
Right.
Maybe Hardman has to step up and be a receiver 1 for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, who knows, man? But then I would suck for my team because then Hill's down to it. So.
Exactly. But but it's kind of again, and for me, I feel like Mahomes is somebody that can make anybody look good. So I think he's got that. Right. He's got that going for him for as long as he's on the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, I was happy with the moves.
But for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
12 years actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whatever that contract was.
If you want me to chime in really quick, I'm not the biggest fan of Mecole Hardman.
I knew one of you guys wasn't a huge fan.
Yeah, and I'm the one that probably knows the most about him since I watched him.
He's not my favorite, but out of all those guys, he's in I think the best position to succeed that I could have taken with that because I wish
you would have got Mike Williams.
I liked Mike Williams, but then like the picks are kind of I
didn't realize because when you told me Mike Williams, I didn't realize he was still only 25. I feel like he's been in the league for like 5 years.
Yeah. I did my research on that, and I kind of talked myself out of it because the way I wanted him for like my crappy bye weeks that actually Tony pointed out to me, and I was kind of happy he did. All joking aside, but he had the same bye week as the Chiefs, so it does me no good to have him. And then I wouldn't have got any picks back for him because it probably would have just been like a 1-for-1. And then on top of that, they're saying him with Taylor is like not a great fit because Taylor's more of a
but how long is that gonna last?
No, and I know that. But like for me to trade that to me would feel like a trade just for the sake of a trade. And like yes, it's a good player, but like
Taylor also made Sammy Watkins a top 15 wide receiver, and Patrick Mahomes can't even do that. So.
Right, but at the same time too, like I was looking for either like that lottery ticket and picks like I got, or I was looking for somebody to fill the void as like a depth for those bye weeks.
Yeah, sure.
It just he didn't fit it. I mean, it's a good player, but
how do you feel about having 3 Chiefs players?
I like it. I like it a lot.
You must be crazy.
I mean, it's one of those things. When it's a team like that, I have no problem doing that. Obviously, like on that bye week, it's gonna suck, but I'm fine with that. I'll take the explosive offense when you can get it, and plus it's a nice handcuff to whomever has Pat Mahomes.
Shoot for upside at that point. I am not a huge fan of Hardman personally. I think I'm a bigger fan of him than you, Sape, because he has a lot of good analytics, like peripheral analytics, with regards to his efficiency last year, and that's made him very buzzy. But at that point, just go for it.
Yeah, and plus, if it works out, it works out. If not, it's
it's not going to keep you up at night.
Yes, right. That was my reaction when the trade went through. Yeah, man. I don't know. I like I said, it works out. I mean, if he's going to succeed anywhere, it's going to be in Kansas City. Like,
oh my God, Mecole Hardman just traded to the Jets.
Oh boy. You saying like, having like 3 Chiefs on your roster and like bye week hell, it just kind of made me think of, I guess, just like a real quick like question in terms of fantasy. Would you rather have like you're like every week you're sorry, just a lot of shit going on. Would you rather have like a lot of your roster have the same bye week so you only kind of get screwed for 1 week, or is it worse to have like your star players just spread out that every week you're missing somebody? Like would you rather just have like the 1 week like bullet where shit everyone's got like a week 8 bye just by chance, or you're missing someone that you have a tough decision for every week?
In an ideal world, I think in a perfect world you would take the 1 week so you can just get it out of the way.
Yeah,
but
I kind of made me think of it.
Yeah, I think it's better than like what I have, where it's like majority of my roster has one bye week, like one big bye week, and then the other has another big bye week. So like, you either want all at once or you want like just one here and there. But
good
I think personally I would take the 1 bye week. Honestly, that's just me.
Sorry, I have to like the Bruins just with the consistent fucking every call goes their way. It's unbelievable that goal got waved off.
The fix was the call was made into the
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like that stupid non-call yesterday with the obvious hand pass. Why was that goal waved off?
Why was that waved off?
Oh, they're always against the Bruins, bro.
If Rod Brennamore suplexes this ref,
apparently
like,
Dennis doesn't care about how the bees are doing. So,
why are you going to call for? If you want to come see me, I would
punch out this ref. Like, what do you? Because Tara Biden's in the crease.
I would
like,
punch this ref
here.
in the face. Dude, this podcast is
Pierre.
Dude, this is the worst one we've ever done. This is
it's
bad.
Fine.
This is bad. This is so bad.
Don't talk about my podcast like that, bro. I won't take that.
First of all,
I won't take slander to the socks.
I gotta take this off to do this. You don't get to talk about my cousin like that, okay? Because my cousin Johnny, he did some fucking time. Don't talk about him like that.
Don't call my brother. I call my brother from Southie. He's a Southie, bro. He carries around 2 fucking knives, bro.
Your brother ain't from fucking Dorchester, okay? My brother was selling coke on the fucking corner of Davis and Howard. Okay?
My brother may not be from Dorchester, but he's going door to Dorchester to fuck you up.
All right, I'm stopping this because you just went Puerto Rican Bronx.
Yeah, actually, really hard.
Yeah, Luke, you were slowly slipping into that every time you came back in.
You remember that one year, Alex, in the draft when you were making me say all the names in the Boston accent, and then it was Odigizua, and you're like, say that one. I'm like, nope. I don't want to. I really don't want to. Oh man, I can't believe that got called up. Anyway,
Either way,
look at this host. Doesn't even know what we're talking about anymore.
he just doesn't give a shit.
wow, they fucking rolled it off.
Look, I don't want to talk
hate
about
these
it.
refs. They're really like Boston just gets everything. It's unbelievable.
Did they call that goalie interference?
I don't know anymore.
Oh, whatever. It's on mute. Whatever.
How could you do this to me?
I don't know. So, I mean, that kind of wraps up our trades. I don't even know what else what's even happened in the last.
Another
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh yeah, Le'Veon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, all right.
It just
So we
simply
had-
doesn't.
So Anthony traded Le'Veon Bell to Tom. Le'Veon Bell and a 3rd round pick for a 1st round pick. I thought it's not the worst trade. I wouldn't have sent
It's
a
whatever.
3rd back.
Yeah, that's kind of how
Like for me, Le'Veon Bell on the Jets, for as long as on the Jets, I know like Alex.
How
like,
long is he going to be on the Jets for? Half a season?
Right. Like I think while he's on the Jets and Adam Gase,
Maybe
like,
one
running-
full season?
Running back 2 is his ceiling. If he leaves, maybe it goes
Uh,
higher.
Honestly, I think he does have upside of a low end.
With the pass catching.
Yeah, I think he has the
Right,
upside of a
yeah,
low end
but-
running back 1. Because think of how putrid he was and that offensive line was last year, and he still finished running back 17.
It's just as a question of
Like-
as a value proposition. He
was the best
probably
wide
the
receiver
lowest
on the
value
Jets.
he's ever had. So.
Yeah, he's
So, I mean,
He's also the best wide receiver on the Jets. So that's, I don't know. I just, for me, my gripe was the 3rd going back. I thought,
yeah,
like,
it's such
I
a
thought
small
Anthony,
grade.
I thought Anthony could have got just for a 1st straight up and not had to give anything back. But at the same time, Anthony, if anybody has the picks to kind of just be like, whatever, Anthony's kind of in that position. There's just a lot.
It's a good trade for Anthony to get a 1st back for honestly a guy
Right,
that's just gonna
yeah.
it was just gonna boost his projected
29-year-old running back. So
Yeah.
at best, Anthony's good next year. He's going to be a 30-year-old running back. Maybe not.
And,
Jets
and
where he's gonna go.
which pick did Tom trade? Obviously I know he's not trading
was-
to Kyle
It was
first
his,
next year.
his own.
It was his own.
next
Okay.
year. Yeah.
Okay.
No, because
Yeah, it's fine.
if he got Kyle's this year, I would have been like, what a home run, regardless of.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
No,
clearly.
I know Tom's not trading that pick for anything, which he shouldn't.
No, that's his firstborn child.
Right.
We all.
Um,
I'm jealous of that, but
I mean, it's fine. Again, I think for Tom, Tom needed that one more running back, and I think he gets it. It's just for me, I'm just not that high on Le'Veon Bell in the situation he's in.
it can't hurt for any running
For
back
this
depth
year.
if somebody who you know is gonna like be decent. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt at all.
Because I forget who's on his team. I know he has Fournette.
Dalvin Cook.
He's been. Oh, that's right, Dalvin Cook, and he's not holding out. I know he
And then
reported for his
Keyshawn
COVID
Vaughn.
testing.
Yeah.
That's not true that he's not holding out, because the CBA makes it like impossible for them to be missing training camp and things, but that doesn't mean that he's going to play a game.
Oh, that's true.
So people are starting to forget this, and
It's Dalvin Cook.
And then when Joe Buck goes through the lineups and they're like, "Where's Dalvin?"
Not that I think it's going to happen. I'd be shocked.
Right. I figured at this point, if he already showed up for COVID testing, and the fact that he went, to
but he'd be getting
facility-
fined so much per day,
Mhm.
whereas you could go to the games and just not suit up, and that's you holding out. You show up and you're just not suiting up.
Is Dalvin Cook going
true.
to be the first player to fake positive test results?
Yes. You heard it here first. Yes.
But no,
Does that
we
modern
have the
problems
test.
require modern solutions?
But we gave him the test. It's actually negative. No. Hold on.
Let's just test it again. Let's test it again. You know, I think it's a positive.
My independent third-party
No, it's not
doctor
true.
would
Don't
like to
even
come
ask.
in.
Dr.
My doctor,
Mantis Toboggan.
my doctor, David Cooks.
My monster test results that I use for my Magnum running back. That was my other try to Boston accent.
Oh, whoops.
That was a good one. That was actually a good one.
That was good. Fair enough.
Dr. Toboggan. I forgot all about that.
Dr. Mantis Toboggan.
Dr. Mantis Toboggan.
That was the Dennis System episode. How could you forget?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoops.
featuring Glenn Howerton's real wife.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Which
wow.
still blows my mind because he looks like
She's
a wet rat.
She's been in a few.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I have you as my best friend.
At this point, and then syndication, they're Seinfeld set for life, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
But
it's kind of like Seinfeld for the current
it is.
people being
It's a show about
shitty.
nothing.
Yeah, it is.
It's Always Sunny. Yeah, 100%. It's funny though. That's the difference. That's
all right. Come on.
That's odd.
Yeah. All right. I didn't want to get into this, but all right, here we are.
You didn't like a show about 4 Jews eating bagels?
Oh, that's what Seinfeld was.
That's what that was about. Oh shit! I've been watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire the whole time.
I still like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I've never seen Seinfeld, so I have no.
What?
No
How?
call.
That feels like impossible. It's on like so many channels.
No, there's always
on
people
one
like this
channel.
for everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Be like, oh, I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. Oh, I've never seen Star Wars. You know.
To be fair, I didn't see any of them before this.
Seinfeld is also
pandemic
like
started.
a little bit before
What, Star
like,
Wars?
other time.
I mean, I've never seen Star Wars either. You know that.
Oh wow.
I saw the
Remember when
first
we
three.
Peanut tried to get us to watch the Knife Order?
What?
That order of the movies that you're supposed to watch.
Yes,
them
I do remember that.
It's like you
Back
skip
during
one.
This
Hood
always
101.
that argument always bothered me. It should always be in order of a theatrical release because that's the order you would have seen them if had you watched them one by one.
This is the Going Big Screen podcast.
It's fine. Everybody that listens.
This is the screenplay. We're talking the screenplay.
At this point, nobody is listening except for, I guess, me, maybe.
I bet Joey's listening.
Yeah.
I think Tom
yeah,
listens every week. I don't know if he's listening to this one. I hope
He's down in
Tom's
Florida.
listening.
He might not.
No,
Oh, weird. I'll text it. I'll text it to him directly, even though he didn't answer my text earlier.
I have seen
Probably
the
mad at
first
the league.
2 Harry Potter movies, but I have not seen the rest.
Was the first Harry Potter one when they were playing like virtual like big ass like 4D
Big chess. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Big ass,
Ron
yeah.
fell like 2 feet to the ground, and they made it seem like he died.
He was gonna die.
And he just really hammed it up, and he was like, "Oh!" And then at that point, like, he was like, "Knight to Rook E7," and then they won. And I was like, "That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in any movie ever, like by far." Because listen, I can understand like you trying to ham it up, dude. Ron fell like 3 feet. Like I get it, the ground's hard, but like dust it off, kid. You're fine. Like you're good, bro. Like he's a ginger. He's probably should be more afraid of the sun. Like it's really, oh man, that has always bothered me about that movie. Otherwise, great movie. That one scene, not my favorite. not my favorite at all. Yeah, man. Do you want me to get into my thing now?
Yeah, I have one quick question before that. I mean, it might not be so quick. We didn't talk about how since our last podcast, Darius Geis is no longer part of the Washington football team.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm just curious. We don't have to get into the whole specifics since this isn't for a large audience that hasn't heard this before. But what do you guys think about their running back room now? Washington. Well, Joey had Geis. I didn't mean anyone in our league. I just meant Washington.
No, like what's Washington's room look like?
It's Antonio Gibson and
Antonio
Barber,
Gibson, Bryce
Adrian
Love,
Peterson.
Adrian Peterson, Peyton Barber, and
J.D. McKissick.
J.D. McKissick.
Oh wow, there's a lot more guys than I thought.
I really think that it's still gonna be AP. Like I really.
So do I.
Me too.
I'm
I
kind of into
think
Bryce Love.
That's my other one, to be honest.
I could see
if you read the Dynasty subreddit, apparently you should offer up like a first or a second for
Antonio Gibson. Everybody, I've seen everybody go
Antonio
like,
Gibson,
this
who's
is the
carried
next
the ball,
David
what, like,
Johnson. He's carried the ball. He's carried the ball
career?
33 fucking times in his career.
Dude, my favorite thing.
What?
There's a reason why he was a fourth round.
The
pick?
Dynasty subreddit is essentially just you
fourth,
going and confirming your own biases with people who have the same biases.
Dynasty
Like,
FF confirm.
Those
your
people
bias.
have
Like,
no
look at-
knowledge.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Mike. It was actually an early third.
Oh,
He was
excuse
the
me.
66th pick. That's actually.
But like, if I posted my roster in the Dynasty subreddit, they would tell me to trade my entire team except for like Josh Jacobs and AJ Brown.
And
so it's like
get
right,
value now.
Anyone like 23 and under.
Can we test it out? Can you post
that,
your entire roster in the Dynasty subreddit?
I'm sure I can.
I'm sure you could
tempted.
just like put it in a text box.
Reddit profile
/Witten
Mittens.
And like I don't. This is me ranting about the Dynasty subreddit, but I hate the trade value threads. I hate the trade value threads because you post it and someone's like, "Yeah, I think that guy's worth 3 firsts." It's like, yeah, you think that, but and then stupid, people look at that as like gospel, and it's like that's not how that works.
As much as I hate Twitter polls, they're probably the most accurate representation of what a guy's value is because it's that specific moment. You know,
I just with the Dynasty subreddit, you can't take anything.
No.
Because it's like I said prior to that, like it's everybody trying to have somebody else like me.
It's like I just said. Oh, Darius Geist is gone. Antonio Gibson's season.
Yeah, it's whoever on their team.
Fire up your Antonio Gibson.
Like forget about the 3 or 4 other running backs that are clearly better than him.
Yeah, it's just everybody who drafted that player who has him on their team and who goes, "Oh yeah, no, he's great. That's why I took him."
Yeah. Well, and Joey, who has Antonio Gibson, knows it too because as soon as it's happened, he puts Antonio Gibson on the trade block.
Oh yeah. I saw that, but it's like, what? I'm gonna trade a second? No, of course.
Well, he wouldn't. I don't think
you
he
must be kidding, aren't you?
I used.
Why would he take a second?
I used a 4th on Antonio, like Gandy Golden. I never know if I say his name correctly. I always switch the last names, but it's like
Golden.
Maybe it's just like it's stupid. It's just like I don't know. But yeah, Geist is gone. Yeah, it's probably AP for 1 more year. He showed last year he can still do something.
I would like to say he wants to play for 4 more seasons.
Jesus.
And listen, and it's Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera has leaned on one running back for the whole time that he had McCaffrey. I'm not saying that.
Who came after Christian McCaffrey at Stanford? And not saying that they're the same player, but they're pretty similar in type of play. Bryce Love. I mean, I don't know. That's a real stretch of players right there. But I like.
Must be
Love.
crazy. I can't drink this.
I think Peterson is clearly
you like Love. Come on, Luch, get the sound in. Get the sound in.
And I purposely refrained from saying I love because I know I've said that before, and you guys are like, "Oh, he said the thing. He said the thing." I don't know.
You know what? I don't know how I feel about Bryce Love's vision. It might be that you could say,
you know what they say, love is blind.
Oh my God, we're so bad.
I'm glad Joey's the one that's definitely still listening because he'll love all this.
Must be joking.
It's hilarious. Like you're like for all 8 other league members that listen. Oh, sorry, 7 because Nick does it because it's stupid.
Lucho, you know what they say.
Love is blind.
Can you please put in that's a very interesting story.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a very interesting story. When I moved to San Francisco with 2 suitcases, and I didn't know
the whole
anyone.
fucking story. Oh, okay, it fades out.
That's why I didn't say anything because I knew that
she paid. Do you want to do the thing with me now? Or are we still on the guy's thing? Right.
Oh yeah. Do the thing.
Right. Do the thing. Okay. So anyway, I was getting my groceries. No, I was wondering what you guys were. I heard this on a podcast, as I often listen to. Not this podcast because it's not out yet. With like the no mini camps and all that stuff, and like I guess as I think before, of course it lags when I say that. With the no mini camps, I'm interested to see. Do you think like the schemes of certain teams are like the play calling might be a bit more conservative because they haven't had the time to kind of get that chemistry? I mean, obviously, I think we're all in agreement that it's going to affect some rookies where they're not going to have the time to gel. You know, like even somebody like higher picks. Like for me, I'm convinced that Justin Jefferson is going to take a little bit to kind of get off the ground. But like, are you worried that maybe a team might actually be very like conservative in their calls and like not really break out all the playbook? I mean, I know they're professional athletes and they're as good as it gets, and I don't even want to know what's being dubbed over me right now. But there's I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? I think personally, maybe week 1 you might see like people stay a little bit conservative, but then after that, I think all bets are off. Really.
Don't worry.
I think both extremes are possible. You might see coaches go, "Well, we didn't play any preseason games, so no defense has seen us do this. Fuck it, let's roll this out there week 1 and see what happens." Yeah, I think you might
who's gonna be doing that kind of offense in the preseason, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
I get what you're saying, but
like it's where you just fuck around and just like see what works. But I don't know. I think the ultimate thing, and I think we've said it all along, is just like rookies just like really getting the offense, because you can only learn so much in walkthroughs and the abbreviated training camp that they're going to have. That's why, like, again, like for like, I feel like something like Hard Knocks is the only look you're getting at a guy like Justin Herbert, or maybe on the Rams, because they're doing both LA teams, maybe like someone like Cam Akers, like those high, like rookie, hopeful fantasy relevant guys. Hard Knocks is the best look you're going to get at some of these guys. Like you're not going to have those preseason reps, and
even then, that's still not a great look. Like
but it's all you have, unless you're going to schedule scrimmages. Like, what look are you getting at these guys? So maybe coaches go, hey, let me sneak these guys out there. Defenses haven't seen them. We've seen them through camp, as abbreviated as they might be. So maybe you get the other extreme of maybe you get some of these rookies breaking out because people don't know how to cover them, or they don't know what to do yet. I think the other way of they're not going to get it.
I think it's more along the lines of like, are we going to open up the entire playbook? Like, everybody can run slants. Everybody can run like a draw up the middle. Like,
everybody can run slants.
Everybody.
Michael Thomas can run slants.
Oh, yeah, he can.
That's a huge impact. But yeah, no, I don't. I think maybe for some teams you'll get that, but I don't know. I just feel like I think that's like people are overthinking it a little bit, but I'm interested. Like, I was curious to see what you guys thought, because I think that's just true in general for even with the preseason and stuff. Teams are really conservative in that first week and stuff like that, because the timing's not there yet.
I think you're not going to know. I think you'll get I think you're like, I think the quality of football the first month of the season is going to be bad. Like, I think with how limited the training camp practices are, because teams they pretty much don't allow teams to do like the big time 2-a-days and like all the reps that 10, 15 years ago that they used to do. And I think we've seen it in prior years where those first couple of weeks almost look like preseason football, because you're just not, like, the reps aren't there, but it's to protect the health of the players. I think it might be more of that.
I don't know if I agree with that at all, to be honest. I don't think that like guys like Dak Prescott are going to forget how to play football. You know what I mean?
Not forget how to play football, but if you're not working as much with your teammates, I think that affects, like, those first couple weeks. Sometimes games could be sloppy.
I would love for there to be a player that has Dory disease.
What's this?
Oh my God! It could be a football version of 50 First Dates called 50 First Downs.
What?
Bruh.
I hope you played the.
Oh no!
I was clicking all
copyright pending.
I was clicking all the ha-ha-has and I accidentally clicked in a few minutes.
Yeah,
bitch.
Jokes on all you listening to this. We already have the copyright by the time you're listening.
It's just every morning a quarterback wakes up and they just have to reteach him the playbook, and then like one day he questions if he wants to do this for the rest of his life, and it just.
Do we have a lawyer to copyright this?
Starring Jay Cutler.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just lazy. Actually,
cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Starring Smoking Jay Cutler. John Goodman can play the head coach, because I just thought of that, and I feel like
yeah, we already have him signed.
Yeah,
or we could make an animated series and just have Lucho voice act everybody and us do nothing but get most of it. How you feeling about that, Lucho? You cool with that?
I'm cool with that. I would love that.
That would be sweet. Anybody know how to draw? Because I don't.
Good thinking.
Sorry, I can do like stick figures, but
I'm getting a lot of mileage out of good thinking.
Oh man. for those, we're gonna lose about 3 viewers. I don't know if we can afford to lose 3 viewers after this.
It's all about the clicks at the beginning.
Mike, I have some non-breaking off-season news for you.
Oh no.
The Athletics, not the baseball team. The Athletics' Joe Buscaglia believes Bills coach Sean McDermott could outlive Josh Allen in Buffalo if the third-year pro doesn't show marked improvement.
Because Josh Allen's gonna get killed.
Well, yeah, because Dennis is gonna murder him because he's gonna end up on the team.
Oh my God.
I've thought of that.
Like, bookend.
There's been a
lot of rumors of that this offseason. Like, not
I've thought of that just because Josh Allen's like a good fantasy quarterback, but I don't think he's a very good NFL quarterback.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand that. They're like, oh wow, Josh Allen and Mahomes with the arm strength, and I'm like, yeah, well, when Mahomes' throw is perfectly on target, and Allen's throw is like 30 yards.
Airmailing motherfuckers in the parking lot.
Josh Allen's like, "Hey, yo, third row, I got you," type of deal. Like, yeah.
So it's
he's the pride of Wyoming, though. So I gotta always root for him, man.
I would get it. Granted, I think if Josh Allen was to leave Buffalo, I think he would at least get a shot somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
it depends on how the next 2 years go.
Right, but it's that is in the back of my mind.
If you like Blaine Gabbert level craters.
The QB outlook looks so much better than what everyone thought a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone thought.
We have 3 already basically surefire starters coming in next year between Lawrence, Fields, and Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Which I don't know about Trey Lance.
I was thinking
Trey Lance. I love Trey Lance.
I do too, but I think he's going to be one of the hardest hit players if there's
I think scouts already know.
Like already with that.
The scouts already know, though.
But he's the guy could have gotten the buzz behind him, like Burrow style.
The NFL.
He didn't throw one interception last year.
No, he didn't.
I'm mad people got mad at Burrow on Twitter for saying if this happened last year, he'd be looking for a job. Like, everyone's like, oh, Joe Burrow making it about himself. He's like, no, he's telling the truth.
He's giving you an example that you can
Joe Burrow
contextualize it with.
Sucked that first. I wouldn't say sucked, but he was not very good when he went there. And like when he was with Ohio State, he never saw the field.
Right. So like if this happened last year and Joe Burrow doesn't have that season, where is he right now?
He's probably
6th round pick.
Yeah, that was my thought exactly.
Yeah, he's
maybe
on
New England.
The next Tom Brady.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow, East Palestine, Ohio. I don't know if that's where he's from. Yeah, I don't know.
We're not talking about.
I wonder, what potential NFL player are we or top draft pick are we missing this year with the leagues with
JB9
leagues, at least the 2 leagues that aren't playing as of now. What, the Big Ten's out and the
Pac-12
Pac-12,
and the Mountain West
and
the Ivy League
and the
I can't even watch Wyoming football now at 11:30 at night.
even though we've established, thanks to you, Lucha, that the Ivy League isn't smart or whatever.
No, yeah, even though we've established, no, don't ever let anybody tell you that shit. Sape has seen firsthand the stupidity.
My favorite thing in the world is telling people that I went to school in New Haven and just seeing what they do, like in watching their brain fill in the blanks. They're like, "Did this dumbass go to Yale?"
Went to Yale?
They're like, "You're a train conductor." they're like, "Yale?"
Yeah,
I'm like, "No."
But thanks.
Can I tell you? And this is the dumbest thing in the world, but the University of New Haven is the only college in America that is not in the city that it's named after. It's in West Haven, Connecticut, and that is all you need to know about the university that I went to. It says like those banners that everybody, like every soccer mom puts in the back of their car. It'll say University of New Haven, West Haven, Connecticut. At that point, just change the name.
Right? It's not like the University of New Haven is like some super prestigious.
No, if anything, it probably brings the value down because it's New Haven. People are like, wouldn't want to go there. That place sucks. When I went there, dude, it was the 5th most dangerous city in America. The property crime was like 5 times the national average. Some dude on the way to class got beaten up by 3 guys with a broomstick and got robbed. Like, I'm not even making that up.
I think that guy got jumped by witches.
get turned off by New Haven because you have to get on like
it is closer to
34.
There's literally like nothing appealing about New Haven because there's the worst traffic I've ever seen in my life. It's one of the shittiest places I've ever seen in my life, and oh my god.
I told you, like exit 10 off 84, Route 34, right? Like, just like that sucks.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I gotta be on this 1-lane road for a while. I'm good. I just won't go.
I like how I type in New Haven, Connecticut, and 3 of the top 4 things of people also ask: is New Haven safe? Is New Haven a fun city? Dude, what is there to do in New Haven today?
What is there to do in New Haven besides drugs?
The joke was my parents sent me to New Haven and they sent my sister to Garden City, Long Island, and that's all you need to know about how my parents like care about you in the relationship. I got sent to the hood and she got sent to the country club. So, hey man,
are we calling that a country club?
Garden City, Long Island.
What?
Have you ever been there?
Mind.
Have you ever been there?
He's only been in Jersey.
Listen, no.
Sorry.
I got my schools confused. I'm thinking Hofstra, not Adelphi.
It's close to Hempstead, but it is nothing like Hempstead whatsoever.
But I'm thinking Hofstra, and I'm like, you're telling me Hofstra is this like in this great place?
Yeah. Going to Vernon, New Jersey is like going upstate to the wilderness for you now, isn't it? Like, we're going to Mountain Creek, boys. Oh man.
Well, that's
Anything
a very
else?
interesting
Football
story.
for this
When I moved to
podcast?
San Francisco,
Sure, I can keep naming some
with
stuff.
2 suitcases.
Kyler Murray is bulked
I didn't
up
know anyone,
over the offseason.
Oh, did he?
Oh,
Yep.
that's why.
Don't we hear this every year? Oh, I'll tell you.
They said the same thing about Daniel Jones too. They said he added like 9 pounds of
We
muscle.
can revisit
like,
Alex Hartford trading Travis
of-
Kelce, and now Travis Kelce signed a 4-year extension.
Yeah, but I mean,
so did George Kittle, a 5-year extension.
Yeah,
I
but
like
we all knew
how
that was
it
coming.
got announced right after Kittle's.
Yeah.
Yep. We all knew that the Kittle one was coming. It's
Yeah.
Kelce
What's
one
the
was
what's the term on the terms of Kelce's? I didn't even see that.
4
4-year
years
extension. So
Money
now
wise.
he's there for.
Through his age 36 season, I believe.
He's there. He's a UFA in 2026.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought he had 2 years left on his current deal, so the
did.
4-year extensions after that.
Well, according to the Athletic, Josh Allen will be dead by then, so it doesn't even really matter.
No, not according to the Athletic. Just Joe Buscaglia.
Of the Athletic. We should start doing the Athletic model and put this shit behind a paywall. And
I mean,
see what happens.
oh God. All right.
Because let's be
views.
honest, it's the same fucking thing as the Athletic. It's a bunch of fucking bloggers.
Can't we just get paid by them? I feel like anyone that like has a pulse gets
Lucho,
like hired by the Athletic.
Lucho, we need
Carpinello from friggin' the Rangers one's like the worst.
Once we get to like episode, like a milestone episode, can we get Zach Stacy on the podcast?
Come on.
Episode 25, baby.
I feel like if we pay him enough, he'll do it.
$50. I mean,
maybe 100.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to split it. $33.
How about we just give him the Dynasty Trophy for a year?
Yeah, I'm sure
he'll take that.
Finally.
No, because what if he doesn't give it back? The Dynasty Trophy is more expensive than $100.
All right, fine. I'll give him the ring.
All right, deal.
Be awkward then, because then I won't be the token athlete.
Here, Zach, you finally got a championship ring, buddy.
Can we get him on the waiting list for when someone eventually quits?
Only one of us here has played with a current NFL player. I played pickup basketball with JC Treader once in college.
Yeah, but not in the sport like that he played.
I didn't specify that.
JC Treader, big spokesperson for the horrible NFL PA.
Spokesperson for Big Union.
Wait, Grand Union?
Oh, wow. They don't exist anymore.
Speaking of groceries.
Hey, when was the last time the Rough Riders have won a Grey Cup?
14?
Okay.
Are they gonna change the Are they gonna change the name like the Eskimos?
The Grey Cup? They did change the Eskimos' name, I do.
Yeah.
They are. That's why I said the Rough Riders. Is that offensive?
I don't think that's appropriate. I mean, I don't know, but
I mean,
their mascot's a gopher, so I think they could like play it off at Rough Rider.
They got to be careful. Else. They got to be careful if the guys who made Holy Moly come for the trademark.
Gainer the gopher.
It's like that episode of Letterkenny when they're just every high school is named Rough Riders.
No, I really like the foot fuckers when they're trying to figure out what to vote for.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Speaking of Letterkenny, there are dudes doing a pipe underneath the building today, and one of the guys looked exactly like Squirrely Dan.
Squirrely Dan appreciates that about him. Dude, look, have you ever heard that guy's comedy? It's very weird. It's very strange. Like his stand-up is very weird.
It is.
It's very weird. It's like very self-loathing. You're like, I am laughing at you?
Yeah,
like I get it.
You got to be in a certain, I think, like a certain head,
maybe
right. Not head
Who's
space.
Who's the best character on Letterkenny? Let's just change this up. Let's completely go off the rails here. I know who I'm going to say, and I have a feeling I think I know who Alex is going to say, but I'm not sure.
I know who Dennis is going to say.
You know exactly who I'm going to say.
I know exactly who Dennis is going to say.
A couple names immediately came to mind. Dan. Who's Dan? Stuart.
Stuart's good, but
I really like Stuart's arc through the series.
I'm a Shorzy guy, man. Shorzy.
Oh, that was yours?
Shorzy, who did you think I was
right.
I thought you were gonna say Glenn.
Glenn is number 2 though. Glenn is
okay.
Glenn.
Gotcha. I really thought you were gonna say Glenn, so I was like,
nah, Shorzy, man. Shorzy's the best. Shorzy's just the best. That's how you get the W, boys. Coach is really good too. Coach
it's probably Coach is a good one.
I would argue that Coach's arc is better than Stewart's.
It's really
Coach's
funny.
Arc is way better.
Nick, I went golfing with Nick today, and he had a hockey meeting or something before, so he was wearing like clothes that he wore to the hockey meeting. So he looked like Coach that one episode with the Canada Gooses on the golf course.
It's Gooses. What's
fucking embarrassing?
I love that guy. He's the best.
I have to say Riley is one of them, just to represent the only celebrity that ever sort of spoke to me. Thanks for the cameo, guys.
Oh yeah, he did the
your fucking voice actor, bud.
Falcon vs. River too, and he actually thought about it.
He actually gave it credence. He understood. I felt connected to him in that moment. It was weird.
I don't know. I love Wayne, man.
Wayne is good, man.
Wayne's
just
really
a real good. He's a really good.
Also, Bonnie McMurray is a pretty good character, just for aesthetic reasons.
Well, obviously, Bonnie. Do you have that Halloween episode? Is probably my favorite. It's the best.
Well, who did you think I was gonna say, Dennis?
Shorzy. I thought you were gonna say Shorzy for sure.
I love Shorzy, but Shorzy's a cop-out answer. No offense.
It's not. It's just not.
How about Jim Dixkin?
Dude, Bob. Did you see the episode where they had Bob McKenzie break down Shorzy?
Yes, I love.
It's not a cop out at that point. It's not.
Bob retired. Well, semi-retired.
Yeah, he's still gonna do the World Junior stuff. But
yeah,
he's the best, man. He got me into all that stuff. I'm actually really upset he's gone. He just like his last year of like doing the podcast, he literally openly said he just doesn't give a fuck. He called it Mail It In March, where he would just go on and talk about wine. He's like, there's stuff going on, but I like this Cabernet. And I'm like, oh, okay, Bob. Fair enough.
You got to try to look up Coach's stand-up.
He does it? I didn't even know.
He's a stand-up specialist on Crave, so I don't know if
Interesting.
you have access to it.
Crave. No.
Well,
is it Hulu? Is it Hulu? Is it the same thing?
It's not on Hulu, I don't think. Okay. It's only on Crave, so we can't watch. But you might be able to find it somewhere, you know.
I'll just like have Tanisha FaceTime it live for me,
Tanisha
so I can
also
just
does
watch
not
it.
have Crave.
She can't have it either.
No, she can. She just does not.
Oh, she just doesn't have it.
Yes.
Unbelievable. I thought that's why you were dating her, to get Crave.
That is the reason, just for a Crave subscription.
Just a Crave account.
No, I could just make this a lot easier and just get a VPN. But
what's better, Crave the streaming service or Crave cereal? Because cereal is not
Crave.
Good.
I don't. I was gonna say I don't like Crave cereal.
It looks vile.
Favorite all-time cereal, by the way, current or past?
Oh no! You have to say You have to say past and then adult cereal, because it's two different things. Because like I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but like I don't eat it anymore because I try not to.
Because then you have the little voice in the back of your head that's like, no.
Well, my past was Waffle Crisp.
Oh, dude, the milk in Waffle Crisp is like has led to more diabetes than anything.
They discontinued that cereal.
They discontinued that
a long time ago, man.
Oh, man.
They discontinued Waffle Crisp. Then Eggo waffle cereal was a thing, which was like knockoff version, but it was still good.
It's not.
And they discontinued that too.
Though.
It's not Waffle Crisp.
It's not
The
good.
best,
No, absolutely not.
The best adult cereal, at least I don't know for me, it's a tie: Honey Nut Cheerios and Special K vanilla
I
almond.
fucking knew you were gonna say Special K.
I don't
delicious.
I don't believe in
what do I-
adult cereal. I don't eat cereal as an adult unless it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I still
I'm
eat
a
cereal.
big, I'm a big fan of cinnamon, not cinnamon, of like honey, the honey checks. The honey checks are really good. And then
I like peanut butter checks.
Back in the day, the berry kicks. I was
the berry
Bro,
kicks. I still
the
I
old
love
ones.
I'm also a big
Yes.
Raisin Bran fan, to be honest.
I can
I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I ever had it. I don't know
It's
if I
good.
ever
If you
had
like
it.
raisins, you'd like it.
Yeah.
I
Or
want to say
honeycomb. Honeycomb is like just.
I never
fucking
really liked
good.
honeycomb.
I love honeycomb.
Like I didn't
My li-
hate it. I just didn't really.
my least favorite is probably grape nuts. I think there's no point.
I've never
I've never
had
had
that. I didn't.
I
Yeah,
that was a
genuinely.
cereal.
They don't sound
Your
appetizing.
parents
point.
just-
Mike, you don't need to
parents just
bring
fucking hated
any
you.
nuts into this. We're talking
You
about
pa-
cereal here.
As
Like
somebody
ce-
who worked in a grocery store for as long as I did, the amount of cereals that come and go. You know they have the donut cereal now.
I
The
worked in a
donut
half
cereal?
grocery
Yeah.
store,
Yes, that's true. You did.
and there was a lot of cereal
Yeah.
Is Captain Crunch overrated?
Yes.
Yes.
for sure.
Peanut
Is
butter
Captain-
crunch is
Flakes-
better.
Is Captain Crunch even rated?
It's Commander Crunch, actually. It's
Yeah.
Commander Carhooch,
You got to look at all
technically.
this.
Is Frosted Flakes
yeah.
overrated?
Yes. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like Frosted Flakes is like the infancy of like that sugar cereal, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
just become something so much better. Like
Yes.
that's like
It's
if
a
you eat
gateway
cornflakes now, and unless you have like a masturbation problem, there's no reason to eat fucking cornflakes. Like if you don't believe me, that's a thing. You can look that up. That's why.
But they
cornflakes
didn't
are
eat
expensive.
it to cure it. They put it in like mattresses and stuff.
Yeah, but still.
It's not like they
So
were
that's why you
force feeding.
eat
They were
cornflakes.
blessing and force feeding the cornflakes to kids.
I don't know, man. You know what I didn't like? I'll be honest with you. Like everybody from like my childhood, and I don't know about you guys, like Fruit Loops and like and like Fruity Pebbles. I fucking hated that stuff.
It's not.
I didn't like
don't-
it either.
I just
can't
like
even-
that artificial fruit like tastes like ass to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't even think about
Unless
like
it's berry
honestly
berry
like
kicks.
Yeah,
Like-
but that was true.
like the cereals I ate as a kid. Like I don't even like I can't even think of it honestly. Like but Fruit Loops are gross now.
I
Fruit
also
Loops
really
suck.
liked Rice Krispie cereal, and there's not much to
Mhm.
that.
Dude, Rice Krispies
Rice
is
Krispies.
OG.
But the
man.
You ever had Rice
Crackle
Krispie
Pop,
treat
man?
cereal?
No, I don't have
Rice
cavities.
Krispie treat cereal. I feel like that's just unhealthy.
It is.
Yeah, of course it is.
My favorite thing in the
It's
world.
actually unhealthy.
Cinnamon Toast
Yeah,
Crunch is
yeah.
not unhealthy.
We're talking about
It's-
fucking cereal.
My favorite thing in the world by far is they had Cinnamon Toast Crunch, obviously, and then they came out with Frosted Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh.
As if-
Oh.
as if-
Oh.
as if
Oh.
they-
Speaking of adult cereals,
French
Oh,
Toast
yeah.
Crunch. You're right, Luch.
French
Oh.
Toast Crunch.
Yo, the OG though, like the OG
The
fucking
old
little
ones.
thing. Yeah, dude. Then they came out with it, they're like it's the same. Like,
And it
fuck
was
you.
not.
No, it's not. Like,
It's the
There
same
was
as
that
Waffle
short-
Crisp and Eggo Waffle
I don't
cereal.
remember if you remember that short period of time when it came back. I think we were still living together, Sape. And we got it, and you were immediately like, this isn't the same. And I was like in denial, like, no, it's fine. It's good.
You're $3.50.
Oh, it was so sad.
Whoa! Wait a minute. I just typed in Waffle Crisp and I can order it.
You can order it.
Dusty
yeah,
box
I
from
wouldn't, though.
I thought they
It's probably-
discontinued it.
basement.
It's probably expired though, because like you can order
Oh, that makes
Oreos,
sense. Yeah.
the Oreos, and it's
The
like $50 a
Oreos.
box.
Will this tell me
Yeah.
like what? Well, this is only $4 a box, so that's normal cereal prices.
Sugar
You know what I
cookie
remember?
toast crunch.
You know what I remember?
Was that
from
your
back in
adult
the day?
cereal?
What?
Oh.
Remember back in the day, it was like Cookie Crisp, and like they didn't even try. It was just cookies.
It was
Like
just
it,
like,
it
yeah.
was. It's like this is a cereal. It's not. It's just. Frankly, it's just not.
That was peak 90s Bacchanalia.
And then I think
Oh my
videos
God.
came out. I think videos were coming out in like the beginning of the pandemic where people were making tiny pancakes and putting them as cereal. Like what? Like what are?
What are we doing,
are we
guys?
doing?
Oh, you know what? I'm going on this Waffle Crisp stuff. I'm looking at the ingredients. You know why this was a good cereal? No high fructose corn syrup.
Oh,
Just
For something that
just
tastes
low
that
fructose-
good.
Low fructose corn syrup.
Well, I mean, it had some other shit in it. but-
Yeah, it probably had like like arsenic in it.
Radium.
Or something.
Uh,
Yeah.
BHT added to preserve freshness.
DDT?
Oh look, lead. Look, lead. This is disgusting.
Oh look, hydrochlor. No.
What's the best breakfast food like just in general?
French toast.
Yep.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Easy.
Luch, I knew you'd agree with me there.
Yeah. Dude, they have those those little pictures online that's like one's gotta go and it's always, or one's gotta stay rather, always French toast for me.
Luch, was it the waffle quartet?
The waffle quartet, the mini
The
waffle quartet.
Yes. The diner had the waffle quartet, the Palace.
Yeah, I'm just such like a fan of eggs. Like I fucking.
Well, I like eggs too. Eggs is a solid
eggs
go-to for French toast. If someone has eggs and someone has French toast, I'm getting the French toast first to make sure.
What did Tom have when we had that one diner in Seattle, like the peanut butter banana?
Oh, that place was so good. Now that that thing was ridiculous.
The place in Wappingers, the Mama Massetti's place, has cannoli filled pancakes.
Where is this place?
Right across from County Fair.
With
right
cannoli.
Oh, really? Oh, the place that has the big white. It's in the demolished building outdoor areas.
It's like literally right across.
I've never eaten there.
I've had the cannolis and they're fucking fantastic. She knows what she's doing in there. So every time I go in there, I'm just like.
Did you know that Lucho's grandma was on the front page of the Poughkeepsie Journal?
When? When? I didn't. No.
Well, maybe
Lucho, this is a really stupid question, but I have to ask you this: are you related to Brad Leone?
I don't think so.
You guys look very. You guys look kind of similar. Like not totally, but it's close.
Luch, you gotta explain how you are an AARP member. Also.
Oh yeah. So my grandpa was also named Lucio Leone. He passed away in 2014. And I started getting letters and membership offers from AARP after he died because they definitely searched it and just figured there was only one Lucio Leone in the country because what the fuck. And they just started mailing me shit and they were like, hey, would you like a membership? Would you like a free bag?
the free travel bag.
Yeah. I kept that card too.
Yeah. Yeah, I also had those struggles. Not AARP, but my old man has the same name as me. So
I'm actually happy I don't have the same name as my pops.
Imagine growing up in a house with an Italian woman going, Dennis, and both of us going, yeah, and it was just like
it was already bad enough having a brother that is Adam and Alex, and it's close enough, and just going back and forth.
Yeah, I can understand that. So that's why I just became, hey, shithead. Yeah. Me.
Fitting. Oh man! All right. Should we close this out?
We're completely.
Oh yeah, that's
how long has this podcast gone on for?
It depends. Do you count actual content or us talking about cereal?
I count.
Will this see the light of day?
It should.
It's going to be in the podcast. It has to.
It should. Yeah.
We're at 142.
Listen, the podcast. That's not terrible.
How long was
so, just to let everyone know, we are no longer a Dynasty Fantasy Football podcast. We are just a bullshitting podcast.
I mean, honestly, it felt natural.
It should be.
So thank you.
Until the season starts.
Thank you for listening to The Empty Bowl.
Oh. Yo, can we do that? Can we do a spin-off and then then get back?
I'm telling you, dude, we rebranded the screenplay. We can talk about TV and movies and football. We can talk about Draft Day starring Kevin Costner.
And we can get Zach Stacy
the unrealistic trades in that movie. That was my biggest gripe.
This is a real stretch. But I
traded all those picks and got them back. That never happens. He was an idiot. Who wrote this?
Clearly, that was a true story.
I remember the background of it, that it was supposed to be the Buffalo Bills, but New York didn't want to give the filmmakers a tax break, so they said, all right, fuck it, we'll just go to Ohio, and we'll do the Browns. Typical New York. Not that it matters, but I was living in Buffalo, and they were annoyed at the time, whoa, our team was going to be in this. Yep. And instead it was Cleveland. So.
At least it was Ohio. Detroit.
Ohio's like, you want to make a movie where? You sure?
That was when they found out we were going back there. Well, you guys were going back there. They were like,
yes.
Once wasn't enough. You guys have to come back here.
You've stayed at this hotel before, sir. Are you okay?
Honestly,
my favorite part of that whole trip. I would do but there'd have to be a reason. I wouldn't.
I need that
just to
barbecue.
go. Yeah. Dude.
Oh, that was good.
Dude, I'll never forget when we got into that diner and they were like, "Oh, look, it's those New York boys." We were like,
oh, didn't they got the one guy had like a Shotzi shirt on?
no, that was me.
No.
I was that one guy.
Wait, no.
No.
dude
When we were at the
recognized
hotel
it.
or in the elevator somewhere.
We were in the elevator and he's like, "Shotzi's." I was like, "Yeah, man," just thinking he was like reading the name and he goes, "Oh yeah, we're from like Poquag." I was like, God
Yeah. that was it. That was it. Yeah.
And then those were those same people. They're like, "Oh, these New York boys." And we're
Yes,
like,
that's what it was.
"How you doing, hey? How's the ganache today, eh?" I'm kissing everybody on the cheek as I walk in there. Just like, "How are you?" Yeah, well,
Just
we
the,
can't.
the first time we went and for the Browns Giants and someone threw a dildo at Nick as we were walking into the game.
I know. It hits Nick. Nick gets all pissed for a second. He looks down, sees it's a dildo, and he just goes, "All right, this is fucking hilarious."
Was it Dad?
You know, and shakes the guy's hand back when we were allowed to do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in the long ago.
Yeah.
Lisa specifically told me and Mike not to make out when we hung out last week.
Oh yeah.
So it was. So we just didn't hang out. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah. Why?
Like you said,
Why?
you said, you need a reason to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm not hanging out with you guys for your company. No shot, man.
Yeah. Hanging out to get some action.
One, your wife cockblocked me essentially.
And on that,
yeah. Thanks for listening to the League of Kyle's Rivals, Not Stupid podcast / serial podcast / Cleveland podcast.
It got a little
apparently.
stupid this week. It got a
Slash
little
whatever.
Zach Stacy /
The last 40 minutes probably more interesting than the first hour. So
I had more fun than that.
I don't know. I haven't clicked the soundboard in the last 14 minutes.
Sorry,
I think
before
it's
we
about
close
equal.
this out, I actually have some football stuff, and I just want to point out how stupid.
What?
I want to point out how stupid training camp is. Some notification I get, which it's non-breaking, but it's still a notification about fantasy news. Speaking Thursday, Titans tight end coach Todd Downing praised Jonnu Smith's skill set. Okay.
All right.
yeah. Okay.
What? But like I would be more impressed if I got like tight ends coach said is a big fucking piece of shit like that. Like
Oh,
that
you mean?
is
Wait a minute. You mean like this one? In-house Titans writer Jim Wyatt believes it remains to be seen what third-round rookie Darrington Evans' role will be. He goes, remains to be seen instead of just going, this guy sucks.
This guy can't do shit.
Yep.
I love those. Just like, hey, it's off
You hate to
season
see it.
still. It's a tough scene.
But you know what you don't hate to see? Us.
I did see that they say that CSN Chicago thinks that Mitch Trubisky is going to be the week 1 starter.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Him and Nick Foles. Wow, it's a real. You got some real studs.
Really
up there.
limp into the finish, Chicago.
That's
Lamar Miller also got to play
quarterback
some
Nick
pup.
Foles.
What'd you say, Safe?
Oh, already.
Lamar Miller got to play some pup.
Yeah.
By the way, can we talk about
Kill
Lamar
your
Miller?
son.
Lamar Miller in Boston.
Oh,
Miller.
Oh, no,
no.
we've talked about this before.
Whose jersey you get? Lamar's. I also love the fact that like you can't visit unless you're gonna sign somebody. It's not a fucking visit at that point.
well, that's
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
why
no,
I said
no.
every team's going to do the Jeremy Hill thing. All right, you're signed.
No,
and you're cut.
it can be a visit because there's ways around it. Like, for example, the 49ers brought in more than just Tavon Austin. They brought in Dante Moncrief. They brought in J.J. Nelson. And then Tavon Austin. They signed Tavon Austin. So the other two don't need to be signed because the whole intent was like, oh, we got to sign somebody.
I love that out of the two, Tavon Austin was like somehow seemingly the better option.
Over Dante Moncrief?
Yeah,
He's
It's because
close.
Tavon
He's-
Austin it's because Tavon Austin is similar to
They must have some jet
What
sweeps in the
like,
playbook.
What did Jeff Fisher ever see in that guy to be like, yeah, we want to pay you all this money?
right? Wasn't he drafted pretty early too?
He was drafted,
Yeah.
I think, seventh overall, something.
7th
high like
round.
He would have.
Eighth, Luch.
I mean,
Don't-
dude,
Oh.
if
Well,
we did
fuck.
Dynasty at that point, he would have been a first-round draft pick in our Dynasty at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody would have been real
God.
sad.
There's a lot of them. Like, dude, we got to think about this with some of these other guys we're drafting. Like Corey Davis was drafted really
Yeah.
fucking high too.
Yeah, top 5, right?
Hey,
Yeah, I mean-
I'm still on that train. I'm the only one.
You can be on that. I don't care.
I'm on the
I
train.
miss out, I miss out.
I'm on the
Whatever.
train only because I'm a conductor. That's the only reason I'm on that train. It has nothing for me to do. I'm taking tickets.
Sir, I already gave you my ticket.
Yeah, we're good over. You want to?
Sir, if I had to pay this much, I just
Who do you think's
a cab.
most out of all those wide receivers? Who do you think's most likely to bust from our first round talent this year?
Ooh, interesting question.
I'm gonna say the guy I have, Ruggs, just based on Oakland.
I'm gonna say that's
Vegas.
I was gonna say
Ruggs too. I just think, I don't know.
I just don't like guys who aren't great route runners, and I know Ruggs is like a decent route runner, but like when you have Jerry Jeudy opposite you the other side, and you just literally can run past the other guy.
Like I took Ruggs because I thought he's in the best position to probably succeed immediately, but I also think he could be a total bust.
And I mean too, I could get Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson's the same thing.
Yeah.
Could not be great. And,
right. I don't like the quarterbacks there. I don't like John Gruden doesn't exactly wow me with how he's going to use him possibly.
I mean, Darius Hayward-Bay, man, he just still
right.
It's just the way.
Hi, Mark.
That's so it could be that, but
hi, Danny.
It's just I think some of I don't know, based on what you it's training camp, based on you. Everyone says oh wow, Denzel Mims, he looks great so far, but it's shit.
And then when he realizes he's in the toughest division for secondaries and not in the Big 12 anymore, then it's going to be
yeah.
I missed it. By the way, did you guys say anything besides Ruggs as most likely?
They're still talking about Ruggs.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then but it's
I brought up Darius Hayward-Bay for a split second. And
yeah.
Oh yeah. But it's like I watched Hard Knocks, and all Justin Herbert was doing was throwing to nets down the field, and he was hit right, and he was hitting them, and then that's why what
hitting him like Beckham or hitting him with the ball.
And then the one dude was I love your balls, bro.
I actually think Justin Herbert is somebody who could bust too. I really don't.
Probably,
so do I. I could see it.
But
I didn't really like
Tua could. Burrow could. What if Burrow was a?
I actually kind of think Burrow has a pretty good chance of.
I just like Burrow's accuracy.
What, a Cincinnati player busting?
Yeah. Impossible.
Achilles Smith 2.0.
If he was in literally any other situation except for maybe the Jets or the Chargers, I guess I probably would feel more comfortable. But they're just
I actually feel pretty good about Cincinnati right now.
I like Burrow. I do. I really do. Yeah.
Now, if it was Cincinnati a couple years ago with Hugh Jackson.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Taylor.
Wait, that's the Browns. That was Hugh Jackson. Before that. Oh, it was before
Marvin Lewis.
Marvin Lewis. That's who it was.
Yeah.
The guy who was there
then
for
Marvin
20
Lewis.
years.
Sorry. Then Marvin Lewis hired Hugh Jackson. That's what I was.
That was it. That was it.
So most likely wide receiver. Early wide.
Are we talking? So when you say first round, did you mean?
Just any talent, I guess in regular, because in ours, because then Raiders.
I'll include second round too, because those guys are pretty.
Yeah. Okay. Which one did I draft? Okay.
Actually,
I think Michael
round.
Pittman is gonna bust.
I can't include second round because I would say Van Jefferson. Do you really think Michael Pittman's going to bust?
I'm making a haha.
Okay.
I really disagree with that.
I was going to say, if you think that I have a trade offer for you, Luch.
Hey.
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say Van Jefferson too, just because.
Well, yeah, that's a cop out. That's why I'm saying I can't include.
Yeah, you pussy.
It's hard to.
Oh,
he's also he's older.
I think he just got overdrafted by the Rams.
I don't know. I think they drafted him to fill a very specific role, and I think that's to clear out Brandon Cooks.
I think though we would all
Josh Reynolds
maybe.
role.
I always thought that they
Ruggs
drafted him to replace one of Woods or Cup.
You think?
Not Cup.
Not this year, but no,
Down the
because
line.
Cup. I think Cup is more likely to be replaced than Woods. Because especially
did Woods did anyone just sign? I thought Woods just signed a contract.
The way you said it,
LA.
it sounded like you were talking about a Catan board. I'm more likely to replace Cup than Wood.
Well, no, because if they actually switch to 12 personnel like they did late last year, Cooper Kupp's going to be almost irrelevant.
Not necessarily irrelevant, but in the context of how he's been in fantasy the past couple of years, yeah.
I mean, he sucked when he's not in the slot last year. he sucked, and he was only on the field like 50% of the time.
I mean, he's
That's
a slot
why.
wide receiver.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I think that it's more likely that they, I don't know, whatever. I don't think. I mean, I'm the one that has Josh Reynolds, but I actually think Josh Reynolds is the Brandon Cooks replacement, and doesn't mean that Josh Reynolds is going to be Brandon Cooks. I just mean I think he's the one taking the role, and Van Jefferson's for one of the Woods or Cup guys.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the draft board and I realized
I thought you were doing that to me.
No, I took a fucking hour to draft Michael Pittman. That was the longest pick in the first 2 rounds.
Man, I took a while to draft Jalen Reagor for a guy that I love.
You were trying to trade up to get that, though. I think that has something.
No, but after I got the pick, I took 36 minutes to draft Jalen Reagor.
I think I probably had some time in there, too, because I was at work, if I remember correctly. I don't know if that's the case, because I remember I got mine.
49 minutes. 9 minutes for Jonathan Taylor? Come on.
I feel like my Herbert pick was like 8 seconds because I was like stoked that he was there.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Not as quick as Kyle's 31 seconds to CeeDee Lamb after Joe Burrow.
Well, I mean,
I remember I was sitting in my car waiting for Joey to tell me what Skylar did, and then it just happened, and then I went, oh, fuck that, and then I took Taylor because I was like,
how about Anthony taking 51 seconds to draft Jake Beeson in the second round?
He's brave.
Yep.
He's a brave man.
I thought about offering like a third for him, but I realized he used the second round pick to take him, and that's I'm assuming he wouldn't take that.
You never
it's
know.
Just there were guys. I don't want to hammer on Anthony here. Just drop it.
That wasn't even meant to. I wasn't even meant to hammer. Yeah.
Speaking earlier this week, Sammy Watkins said he understood his numbers might not be what he wants them to be in 2020.
Okay, replace 2020 with any year after 2016.
You tub of lard.
Sammy Watkins is another one. The Bills traded up to draft him.
I didn't bring this up when we were talking about Sammy Watkins.
They could have had Beckham in that draft.
He was the first.
They could have had somebody else too. I forgot who it was.
You could have had anybody. He was the first one, and that was an amazing class for wide receivers.
Was that Hopkins?
Right, but it was because the Bills.
That was
the Bills
Evans,
traded up. Was that Mike Evans?
Yes, it was Mike Evans.
And Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Devontae Adams was second round.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he wasn't very good.
In fairness, he was.
I remember. I loved.
Bloomer. Yeah.
I loved Deontay Adams. I kept him in the keeper league one year before he did anything because I really loved him that much, and he just still didn't do it in the following year. But I was going to bring this up. If Spotrac is correct, Sammy Watkins is still getting paid just under $16 million this year.
He restructured.